The Knights of the Shed Actual Play Podcast presents DCC RPG, The Imperishable Sorceress.
Why do elves have pointy ears?
I don't know, Paul. Why do elves have pointy ears?
Because there has to be some point to elves. Guffle.
Alright, everybody, welcome to the shed. I'm Dave, the judge. We're playing Dungeon Crawl Classics. We'll just start by going around the table. And if everyone could just introduce themselves, introduce your characters.
Kevin. I will be playing Kain the Ditch Digger.
I am Toby. I'll be playing Astrologer Garrett and Athalan the Witness.
My name's Haydn. I'll be playing two level 0 characters, Lucky Jim Torrins, the Gambler, and Fosco, the Jester.
I'm Richie. I'm playing Yogaron, the Banished Prophet. He's a Goldrilla. And Genevieve, a licensed plumber.
Maybe we could take a second to talk about what a Goldrilla is here for the benefit of everyone else.
Goldrilla is just as it sounds, a gorilla with golden fur. Over to you, Paul.
And I'm Paul. I am playing Duristan Weddingsword. He's a grave digger and a level 1 rogue.
So what is a wedding sword?
Well, Duristan was trying to work out an epic kind of name, because all rogues in DCC are meant to try and gain some sort of infamy, and so that was going to be his little kind of call sign tag. And he chose Wedding Sword because in his first ever adventure he was invited along to a wedding. During the ceremony, a melee ensued, and he managed to grab twin carving knives that were going to be used for cutting the wedding cake. So silver knives, they're about as long as short swords. And because he wasn't quite Duristan enough to be able to dual wield them, he cut and ground down one of them into a dagger size so that he can use in his offhand.
So I could have called him Cake Sword, might have.
Doesn't have quite the same ring, does it, though?
Yeah, yes.
I should say we have got a mix of new and old characters who've had a few adventures, including the aforementioned wedding, and also a raid of Knoll House. The characters that actually went to Knoll House were Duristan, Athalan and Garrett. They're the ones we've got with us.
Mm-hmm. We did have a Thought Master. However, one of his legs turned into a tentacle and he's receiving occupational therapy.
And the idea is that Yogaron will be his mount at some point.
Alright, so we'll assume that picking up from last time, you've made your way back from Knoll House, from the woods to civilization, and apparently picked a few hangers-on up on the way. While in town, you did have some loot from last time that you might want to see if you can convert into cash somehow.
Yeah, with the gems, we didn't work out if they did anything, did we?
I don't believe you didn't identify their magical properties, no.
Okay, is that a spell or...?
It is. You can probably find a sage to identify them for you, I would say.
Yep. We seek out a sage to identify these gems.
Now, if I recall, there was a reason why we went to Knoll House.
We had heard of the riches of Knoll House.
Yes, and when we went inside, there were Knoll men. They were naked and wanted to boil us up, eat us.
Yes.
Sounds like you had quite the adventure.
Well, you're able to locate a sage in town, but what have you got to offer him for his services?
I have some gold.
How much gold have you got?
12.
12 gold.
We have gold.
We have the bag of silver as well.
Yeah, we have gold and we have silver.
Yeah. How much does he require for his services?
Let's say 10 gold.
Alright. We will pay the fee.
Alright. He takes the emeralds into a back room
Uh,
to perform his spell.
I'm going to go with him.
Alright, he's not pleased, but he understands. He sort of goes into an area behind the shop, behind a small curtain into his his sanctum to identify these objects. Having cast, he comes back to you and tells you that these objects are a matched set. They are enchanted, and in fact what they are, in effect, are prosthetic eyes. A person could replace one or both of their eyes with these emeralds and receive fantastical abilities, including the ability to see in the dark and detect invisible creatures and objects.
Duristan, do you want me to replace your eyes?
Do you think these were value in cards?
Do you think that would make me even more epic in terms of hero?
Duristan Emerald Eye.
It would certainly help me be able to sneak around in the dark and see.
Yeah, do they glow?
No, they don't.
Yeah, so you could use them to. But it might be painful. A little bit painful.
Oh,
Yes, the sage points out you will in fact have to remove your eyes. On one view, it might be wise to keep them as a backup rather than.
yes, precisely. Perhaps if
Just hold on to them?
there's an accident.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so we'll hold on to the eyes.
Yeah, I don't want to lose my eyes. I wish there were things I could have unseen, but not to ruin my eyes altogether.
He does note also, this sage, though he's not a jeweller, that these emeralds, separate from their magical abilities, would be valuable as gems in their own right.
Can this sage perform the operation?
He's
how
willing to try.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of that. Not that I've been offered.
He will do it free of charge for the experience, he says.
Maybe later.
I'll volunteer. Just one.
Just one eye?
Yes, please.
Very well. Alright, so he brings the Yogaron back into the back room, has him lay on a table and produces a knife.
I was hoping for a spoon.
Melon baller.
Make sure you close your eyes.
It's a very blunt knife, if that helps. And he sets to digging around.
And Yogaron begins screaming in agony.
So, the operation inflicts 4 points of damage to you.
You did, aren't you?
No.
And also 1 permanent point of personality loss.
Oh, that's bad for this character. Since that's my main stat.
Oh, no.
Now, you can basically put the eye in and take it out. You get like a glass eye.
Okay.
When you don't have the eye in, you will have a -2 penalty to ranged attacks and sight-related ability checks.
I'm just going to leave it in.
Very well. So, the eye grants 60 feet of infravision, and once per day you can call upon its powers to see invisible creatures and objects as if employing a detect invisible spell with a check result of 20 to 21.
That's nice.
You just have to be very careful that a thief or someone does not steal it and pluck it when you're sleeping. Because that would really be bad.
Well, you've got another.
To steal.
Yeah.
Try to spare.
I'm going to attempt to cure his injuries.
Are you going to use magic?
Well, that's, yes, generally how a cleric heals.
Interesting to know.
Failure.
Alright, so that's one. Does that increase your disapproval?
Increases your disapproval.
Yeah. My god
doesn't like gorillas.
does not like gorillas.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense. You are a banished prophet.
What is your god? Who is your god?
Cthulhu.
I never heard of it.
Okay, well maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, so the result of the failure is just nothing's healed.
Nothing
Is that how that-
Yeah, I believe so.
So, what does a ditch digger do?
Big stitches.
What sort of ditches?
Well, the trains mostly.
Oh,
If you need some irrigation, I'll dig you a ditch.
oh.
Good money in ditch digging?
No.
And that is why you've come to be an adventurer like me.
Yes.
But obviously it's glamorous.
Ditch digging.
Yeah.
Oh, it's infamous job.
Do you know that I might be related to you? Because I'm a grave digger.
Ah, second class digger.
Second class?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's my first.
But surely graves are very elegant. Ditches, so they've got to be the exact proportions. Are they not?
I think you'll find that if you have the choice of being buried in a ditch or buried in a grave, most people would prefer...
Most adventurers end up in ditches.
Are they dug by you?
Some are.
The local one. Sorry, so Toby, you passed that.
Yes, I forgot to add my bonuses like a moron.
So I get a hit dice.
What is your hit dice?
D10.
D10?
Are you going to roll it?
Yes, I do. You gain 7 hit points. Well, 4.
Thanks. There's this really uncomfortable feeling as my eye socket grows around this emerald.
So
But
not
then I
wrong.
blink over the emerald.
That looks disturbing.
It feels quite comfortable.
I'll assume you'll return to the tavern that you're lodging in once you've finished with the sage. And who had the bag of silver? Was it Athalan or Garrett?
Athalan.
Athalan. So where's that stored? Like on you? Like it's in a pack or is it
It's in his,
belt?
it's in his backpack, yeah.
All right. So you all sort of pile through the door of the inn. And as that's happening, just as Athalan starts to walk through, you feel the funny sensation coming from his backpack. And then all of you, as you pass through the door, are startled to enter a frozen boreal country, where black trees huddle under white snow, hiding areas of deeper darkness beneath them. You're standing halfway up a snowbound mountain of black stone, which has been further up the mountain, has been cleft, as if by a giant's axe. It's a rough trail before you winding up towards the mountain, and it stretches down behind you towards the stark wood below. The doorway to the tavern is gone, there's no sign of it, and the sky overhead is overcast to the colour of steel.
Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing?
Mm-hmm.
I should add it's bitterly cold as well.
Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing?
Yeah. Can I assume it's alright if I cast Detect Magic?
Sure.
You start casting, and I take several steps
Casting.
back from you. Avidly watching your arms and legs.
I am aware of magical enchantments on any object or creature within range.
What's the range?
It's 30 feet or more.
Alright. So the only magic that you are detecting within 30 feet are the eyes.
Okay.
Emerald eyes. As far as your detect magic goes, this all appears to be a real place.
So we stepped through a door and just found ourselves here.
Yep.
That's right.
Okay.
No.
And so we turn around, there's a door there.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Bother.
Now I have a bundle of hides,
Yes.
but I'm not going to mention it.
After you mention it.
But I mean, you can see he's carrying a bundle of hides.
Can we use some of those lovely warm hides to better endure this weather?
You did get an
I
emerald eye.
suppose so.
Yes. Yes.
Sure. So he unbundles them. Seems kind of put out by it. And
I'll give you a gold piece.
Oh, sure. I'll take a gold piece. Thanks.
There we go. We're all got nice full fur.
Alright, what do you do?
Try not to freeze to death.
Are there any
Bundle ourselves
landmarks? Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Well, there's a trail that leads back behind you towards the forested area, and it leads up the mountain.
I think
towards
we need
the
to
peak.
head up the mountain if that's where basically we went through the door onto the trail leading up.
So that you were facing the mountain on the way up when you came through the door.
Yeah. So do we just want to continue up or?
Should we be climbing a mountain at the moment?
Is there anything visible that the trail heads towards? Any kind of structure or anything?
Yes, you can kind of see like far. There seems to be an opening in the mountain far up the trail. It's going to be
Like a cave or something?
a proper hike. But yeah, well, it actually looks more regular than a cave, although you can't see very well from here.
Well, I think we should
Genevieve
move towards
says-
that.
There's a door up there.
Fosco shakes his tambourine.
Is Fosco on mute?
I think he might just be an idiot.
Yogaron says there's no reason for idiots not to talk.
We should head up this mountain then. We need to take cover. This is unacceptable.
Well, who's going to lead us?
Lead on.
Well, you two are seasoned adventurers.
I think
Duristan, not in would I?
I think Fosco should lead us. Then we can say who's more foolish, the fool or the fools who follow him.
Okay, Fosco makes his way to the front of the group, looking quite happy.
Oh God.
Perhaps a marching tune for us, Fosco.
Do you take requests?
I'm not even sure he can manage with that, to be honest. Anyway, he sets off up the mountain. Lucky Jim will follow him.
I take it the rest of you follow.
I follow.
Athalan,
Just let's go if you want.
Athalan, as you make the decision to
God.
to head up the path, you hear a voice, a woman's voice in your head say, "By Ivrian's blood and Ivrian's token, come forth." And you feel at that point compelled to climb the mountain.
I repeat that phrase to you guys. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm going up. I'm going up the mountain. I don't care what you guys do. I'm going up.
Does Ivran?
Ivran's. Yeah.
Does Ivran mean anything to?
Do I recognise that name or?
Has any of the adventurers got a sort of educated background?
Well, I am well, Garrett is a wizard of some repute, if I must say.
Yogaron's a prophet.
So whether you have historical knowledge or not. Alright, make an intelligence roll for Garrett. 10.
Yep.
I mean, the name, it rings a bell as something from history, like as an old name. But he can't pinpoint what it is.
Bugger.
So, picking up on the suspicion of the group, Yogaron kind of sniffs the air and then starts sort of jumping around in the snow and like picking up bits of snow and eating it and looking around and then digging like crazy and like then jumping on top of a bush and shaking it. This is his like wilderness, trying to figure out like what's going on in the wilderness thing.
Alright, is that a specific ability? Or
It is. It's a wilderness survival ability. So it can be used for tracking, detecting traps and hidden foes. And so it's just a D20 plus my level.
Alright, make a...
I guess. Yeah.
Alright,
I don't know how
make
that
a
works
roll.
exactly. 15 plus 1, 16.
Alright, so you can tell a few things. Yogaron is confident that you are somewhere quite far north, which is the reason for the cold and the snow. He also notices that there are footprints around here, tracks of like a humanoid variety. Not necessarily very meaningful in terms of where they're leading or how many or anything like that, but there's definitely people move around here. And also hears, while doing this what sounds like a very distant call come from the forest, like not like an animal call, like a noise a person or a humanoid creature would make, calling out to another one, and that's coming from below the mountain, from the forest behind you.
Are there any tracks going up along the path the way we want to go?
Yeah, so the tracks indicate that people have gone
Both directions.
up and down within this particular area.
Footprints. People. Cold north.
Alright, so you're all just happy to keep heading up the mountain?
I'll follow the monkey.
I was already walking. Oh, sorry. Athalan was. He's basically feels like he has no choice but to.
So the trail leads upward into the colder reaches of the mountain, where the snow is seen more than the black stone. Ahead of you, after about 2 hours of hiking up, you can see near the edge of the tree line, off from the path, a low stone cairn. Then, from the trail behind you, you hear those primitive war calls again that you heard. You realise that's what it was. And bloodthirsty ululations, as though from a horde of savages.
Yeah.
And we all hear this.
Yes, you can all hear this time.
Time to hide. Time to hide. Everyone, quick.
Are we near the cave that you mentioned?
You would think you're still several hours from getting up to there.
Sorry, where are we in the tree line? Where?
Sorry?
No,
You're on the path, and then so there's a tree line heading up the mountain on either side of the
I
path.
think we should take cover, shouldn't we?
Well, yes, or run.
How far behind us do the screams and shouts sound?
If you turn back around, you can actually see them
Okay.
coming up the path. There's a group of 24 humanoid figures. They are dark-haired men, and they are naked, but they're painted with some kind of gold paint, and they're wearing stag antlers, headdresses with stag antlers in them. But they've obviously seen you, and they're running.
Yeah, I'm running.
Do you think they're friendly?
Let's put the Goldrilla at the back.
Okay.
Seems like a good idea. I mean, we're both gold.
My two are going to start.
No, he's got the eye. You can't leave him behind. It's worth more to us alive.
You mean my eyes worth more to you?
My two take off up the hill.
Okay, we're going to...
So we're heading into the trees and then keeping going up.
Yes, we're going to see if we can keep ahead of them.
Alright.
Oh, really? We're not going to hide in the trees? Like, presumably we could sort of move off the path, go cross country, or that was just the consensus that people want to run.
I think some of us are going to run.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just run up the path?
Mm.
Alright. Is anyone doing something different than that?
No, we're all just bolting.
Just legging it up the path.
Legging it.
Alright. Everyone running up the mountain, if you could please make a fortitude save.
18 total.
8.
19. Lucky Jim shoots up the hill.
Athalan gets a
18.
13, and Garrett gets a 21.
Wow.
Fosco and Lucky
Wow,
Jim.
okay.
Who got less than a 14?
Athalan.
Anyone who got less than a 14, please take 1 point of temporary stamina damage.
To roll. Oh, yeah. So, Genevieve also. Genevieve falls behind to the back of the pack.
So it's cold and the air is getting thinner up here. And, while there is a path, it's not exactly the best maintained path. But you run, and after about a minute of running, you come up onto the cairn I described earlier.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And as you go past it, you sort of look back over your shoulder and you see this group of tribesmen kind of starting to slow as they see you get past the cairn, as if they don't want to pursue you past it.
Okay.
Maybe we
yeah.
shouldn't come here.
Is it anything obvious about this cairn that stands out that Athalan or Garrett would notice?
Make an intelligence check. Just make it for one of them and use the best
Okay,
ones.
Garrett gets a 15.
So where it's placed is like at the line where the trees kind of stop on the mountain, where the vegetation sort of peters out. Mm-hmm. So that's precisely what it marks. You're not sure, but it's basically right at that point.
Are there any markings or anything on the camp?
No, it's just like a rock made out of a series of stones piled up.
Yeah.
Duristan keeps on going.
I follow Duristan then.
I follow Duristan also.
Alright. You keep hiking, and after a few more hours, you find yourself very high up the mountain. You can see an expanse of cold boreal forest stretching far around you. To the east, you can just make out a distant ice-locked sea. The entire world seems drained of colour. Black trees and stone, white snow, and sky the shade of light steel. Now suddenly, out of a crack in the rock that looked like nothing more than a dark smudge, a white-furred creature like a nightmare cross between a scorpion and a centipede comes rushing out and starts heading towards you at speed.
Ah, what the hell was that?
May I do something? I cast magic missile.
Well, you better roll for initiative.
Okay. 18 for Garrett. 9.
17.
Hang on.
That's your agility modifier.
Do we just roll once for all of our characters?
Yeah, just
Okay.
use your best modifier.
18 then.
Sorry. So, Kevin,
13.
Haydn.
2.
It's alright.
Richie.
Jingling the
17.
bag.
Paul.
12.
Alright, so Toby is first.
This creature is moving aggressively towards us, right?
Yeah, and it's not very far away. Like, one turn, it's on
Right.
you.
And it's a gorilla scorpion.
A fur. No,
Centipede and a scorpion, but it's kind of furry.
white furry, like a snow.
17 on the dice.
Centipede.
Yep.
I throw a single missile that deals 1d4 plus cast level.
Okay.
4 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And Athalan will hopefully be able to cast a spell as well.
How big is this thing?
Human sized, like in terms
But
of
length.
but lengthwise,
Yeah.
probably sort of two people's length, like two people lying down.
Wow.
It's like
It's big.
That's a very
He's
good
got
10
question.
feet.
Because he's got to have said it was like 2 inches long.
Wouldn't really be a nightmare.
Well, it could be pretty creepy.
I'm going to cast paralysis. That would be a failure. Yeah, definitely a failure.
All right, so you
now I move
take
one
a point of disapproval.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. And so it is.
No, just takes the cleric.
Okay, Yogaron runs in and hits it with his club. And probably misses substantially. Just a 6.
That will miss, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so he runs in, takes a swing, slips on the snow. Oh, maybe there's just like a hole. So he's now up to his knees in snow.
Sure.
Genevieve observes.
Fall back a little, maybe.
Still, well, she's at the back, so.
All right. So Kevin.
Kain is gonna heft his shovel and run straight at it and try and thwack it.
All right.
7.
That will not be enough. A valiant effort, but fails completely to connect.
I fall in a ditch.
You accidentally dig a ditch and fall in it.
It's a matter of instinct. That was all. You went to hit him and you just started digging.
This'll slow it down.
Duristan wedding swords at his hip
Yeah.
suddenly flashed out into his hands. And he's going to go for 2 attacks. Alright, so I'll say the red one is my offhand.
All right.
So that's just a d4. So that is a 6 and a 4. So 5 and 7.
Those are not hits. You'll be shocked tonight. All right. It's now the creature's turn. Yogaron gets attacked. It tries to hit you with its stinger.
Arm class is 10.
Okay. That won't hit. So it tries to sting you, but it misses.
Come out of the way.
So then it is Haydn.
Okay, so Lucky Jim is going to go at us.
Come on, Jim. Use that
Die,
light
you hairy
thing.
thing. I say 17 on the dice.
That's a hit. He is lucky.
1
Oh,
mighty hit point.
a mighty blow.
What are you using?
A claw. Bopped him on the head. Fosco drops his tambourine
No!
and
That was awesome.
tosses a dart at it.
So that'll be at minus.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, well, the thing is surrounded by about like 4 people right now.
I'm not sure why I'm even rolling.
If you're throwing through, so minus 2.
Okay, so 4 total because Okay, I got 6 on the die. I was 10 on there, -2 from my agility, -2 for the negative.
Okay, yeah, no.
Will that affect my magic missiles, which never miss?
No.
Because I'm going to cast magic missile again.
What's your mercurial magic effect associated with the magic missile?
Oh, let's have a look. I think nothing. I got normal.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, hang on, no, just a different one. Crack of lightning.
Right.
Every time I cast them, that's right.
Stealthy magic.
Yeah. Got 20 all up, so I throw 1d4 plus 2 missiles that do damage equal to 1d6 plus cast level.
Okay.
I throw 5 of them. This creature takes 22 points of damage.
That kills it.
Knew my ditch would slow it down.
The bolt it took from the pile.
beast is struck by a series of bolts of force which pulverise its exoskeleton and get to its soft, squishy bits.
So, was there a obvious point of origin for this creature? Like, did it come out of a burrow or something?
It came out a really thin crack in the rock of the mountain.
Okay, Yogaron will walk directly up to the crack and look into it with his emerald eye.
All right. You can't really see much. I know you can see with infravision, but it's obviously like a very thin crack, much smaller than any of you in terms of width, and it just seems to lead deeper into
Okay.
the mountainside. That's not obviously not a passage or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. I was hoping that maybe another one would jump out and try and eat his face, but...
It was a valiant effort,
Yeah.
but no, just the one.
So we've still been our pursuers have tapered off, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, you're several hours ahead of where they stopped. Yeah, they wouldn't pursue.
Yeah,
past
they
them.
maybe, but they probably know about these beasts. They're probably just running after us trying to warn us about these.
Hey, wait, that's a really bad idea.
Friendly naked people.
Ululations. Friendly ululation.
I think that's on my Tinder profile.
Like, swipe right for friendly ululations? Or
Yes.
do you continue up the mountain?
Perhaps we should skin this thing. Can we skin an insect?
Can we gather the poison?
So it has got fur on parts of it, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Can I gather the poison?
How big is that stinger?
It's several inches.
Enough to stab someone?
Yeah.
Can I hack it off with my shovel?
I can lend you a sword to do it.
Sure.
Cake sword.
Look, make a.
I have a special skill called Handle Poison. It might-
Well, that might help once he's hacked the stinger off, but he's making an agility check right now. We'll see how that goes.
17.
All right, so you break the stinger off with your shovel, and there's a bit of a squirt of some kind of like light blue liquid out of it, but you manage not to splash it up onto yourself or anything like that.
Well, perhaps we could coat our weapons with it.
We could.
But I can't coat my magic missiles with it.
Can't coat a club, really.
Coat a tambourine.
Bladed tambourine.
He does have darts.
If he had a little mini drum kit, he could go boom, boom, ching.
It's a good point. He gives you a look that says, look into that when we get back to town.
Genevieve says it's really cold here. Can we keep moving?
Well,
Film.
this poison, does it look like I'd be able to put it on my wedding sword?
You can certainly try.
And would anyone else like some? Well, I'll try mine first, and then I will do yours.
So do you just have a bonus to handle poison? Is that how it works? Or
Yeah, it's my bonus is 0
yeah.
plus agility, so +2.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Yep.
So the first application onto my longer carving knife. Splay. Let's get another dice. Let's fall on the tray. Was it 15?
All right. You
total?
successfully.
It's dripping with a blue venom.
Yeah.
Do my dagger next.
17.
Okay, that's also a success.
Now, ditch diggers
Shovel?
shovel. Now just don't dig a ditch with it until it's something.
Dig a ditch in someone's head.
Wow.
It's an 18
Whoa.
for a total of 20.
Shit.
That's a success.
How many applications are there?
Let's say there's...
Any more juice?
No, that's it.
Fosco looks downtrodden.
That was a downtrodden tambourine sound.
Yeah. Yeah. Worth sampling that one. Very good. Well, we should keep on going, Fosco. You're doing such a good job being the leader.
You turn around and notice that Genevieve's kind of blue. She's looking like physically blue, like freezing.
Oh, she's got hide. Like, didn't we give her some fur?
She failed her fortitude saving throw and is quite cold. Shivering.
Which fortitude?
Yeah, which reminds me, everyone should make another fortitude save while you're standing around.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry.
Thanks, Richie.
Yeah, well, Yogaron failed dramatically. And so did Genevieve. So Genevieve
Failed.
really is blue. She's double failed.
Garrett and Athalan are quite toasty.
Again.
Anyone who got under 14, that's another temporary stamina.
Oh, temporary stamina as opposed to...
Yeah, not
You're
hit
not
points,
taking actual
stamina.
damage.
Unless you get a penalty to your stamina as a result of the stamina damage.
Oh, okay. Oh.
So does that affect your hit points?
It will if it changes your penalty, yes, or bonus. You can't die from it, because you have minimum one.
Yeah, right, yeah. But I did just go to 2 hit points.
So if I'm level 1,
Isn't so
I've
lucky.
dropped by 1.
Yeah.
I've got a minus negative. Do I lose a -1 for my 0 level class as well?
Yeah, well, in theory, both of those hit points should have included your stamina bonus, so you'd be losing it right now.
Okay, so -2.
Alright,
We
so
keep
keep
going.
moving.
Yes, my rather chilly characters would like to continue.
Right. About an hour further up the mountain, you see ahead a black opening in the stark white snow. Ancient worn steps are cut into the rock leading to it. A dark passage some 20 feet wide and vaulted to a height of only 8 feet proceeds from the doorway.
Is this the thing we saw earlier?
Yes.
Let us get in before we freeze.
Is this where I am urged to go?
Yes.
Can Yogaron make anything out through the darkness as they head in? With the 60 feet of vision?
Infravision. Yeah, so I mean it's pretty dark in there. This doesn't apply to Yogaron. I'm just setting the scene for everyone. It's quite dark in there, so you'll need a light source if you want to be able to see. There's a little bit of light coming from outside, but it doesn't seem to reach very far in. So beyond the entrance, there appears to be a long tunnel, 60 feet wide and about 15 feet in height.
I have a lantern if anyone would like to hold it.
Not me.
Fosco, would you like to hold it? Just don't shake it.
You see something like further in the room or in this hallway, like light, like points of light move across the middle of the visible area.
Everyone does, or this is
Just you.
infravision? Okay.
So you can sort of see that this is a long hallway made out of black stone, and it's decorated with black fossil impressions of ancient fish and enormous ammonite shells. You can also see that this hall arcs downwards, and then you're not sure, you think it arcs back up, but you can't actually see the full length of it because of the arc.
I have 6 torches.
Does anyone have,
I've given a lantern to
Fosco.
does anyone have some way of lighting? Does anyone have some way of lighting these things? So I have a candle.
Well,
This is Genevieve, but I have no way of lighting.
Yes, I have flint and steel.
Oh, may I borrow that, or could you light my candle, please?
Oh, sure. There you go.
Okay, so Genevieve's like kind of huddling around this candle, trying to get warmth and light.
Yeah,
Is it warmer in this cave? Or-
it's warmer, it's not warm, but
Yeah.
it's out of the wind and
Yeah.
out of the snow and that sort of
is
thing.
it enough to undo our negatives?
No.
It is not.
God damn.
Well, we should explore this place. Do you think, in exploring this corridor, we should have some sort of order of marching, perhaps?
Fosco seems more than happy to take the lead.
Yogaron's just kind of wandering ahead, as you can see. But, like, not purposefully, particularly, just wandering. Not wandering off, but just... Unless everyone else is stopping, in which case I guess he is wandering off.
Well, Fosco's taken off.
Okay, so Fosco and Yogaron in the lead, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick within the middle of the pack.
Same with Genevieve.
Yeah,
Same with Kain.
Lucky Jim somewhere in the middle.
Duristan's going to skulk on the edge of the light, hiding as best he can and sneaking.
Alright, so you head further into the corridor and you notice that on the left and right, as it sort of begins to arc down, there are two openings coming off the side of this hall. The one to your left appears to be open, it appears to lead to another corridor. The other one leads to like a 5-foot opening, but then there appears to be something blocking that exit. But from where you are, you can't really tell quite what it is.
Okay.
Perhaps we should see what the blockage is. What do you...
Who's going to...
Spoken like a plumber.
Yogaron will be there, and...
Yeah, Fosco is.
Kain will go up and have a look.
Alright. When you get closer, you can see that what's blocking it, it's not a door, but appears to be strings of tightly woven horizontal wires that are pulled tight across it, blocking it off.
Okay, well, obviously, Yogaron touches the wire.
As Yogaron touches it, the wire goes slack.
So can you just, like, sort of part it and walk
Yep.
through?
Yep.
Okay, it does that.
Alright.
This reminds me of a spider's web.
Alright. Does anyone want to follow Yogaron?
Do they seem does it seem man-made or natural, these wires?
I don't know about man-made, but not natural. They're made by somebody.
Okay.
Can I use my shovel to part it and watch him?
No, you rub the...
As soon as your shovel touches it, they snap shut again. So, for this 1 second while Yogaron is alone, I will just tell you what he sees.
Mm-hmm.
He's in a square room, about 50 feet on each side. The black stone walls are low, and the room itself vaults to a height of 12 feet. In the centre of the room sits a comfortable-looking chair of black wood with white upholstery and a black footstool. There's also a small chest and a table upon which a candle holder still contains an unlit candle. There is another exit from this room. If you assume that the door you came through is on the north wall of the room, this is on the bottom of the east wall, and it's also got one of those wire doors.
Okay. There's a chest in here.
Can we hear him?
Yes. Yep. Everyone outside is surprised all of a sudden when out of the wall in front of you, this what looks like a school of faintly glowing translucent fish fly out of the wall, through and past you, and then go through the wall behind.
Through and past, like
Like
our
actually,
bodies?
yes.
Like ghost fish.
Yes.
Okay.
Is there, any
goes,
is there any adverse effect that we notice, or just
It's a little cool when they touch.
It freaks us out.
But
Yeah, okay.
But it's surprising.
That's something
Okay.
we don't
Genevieve
I'm going
tries to
okay?
catch one.
I'm going to touch the metal rope
Okay.
with flesh. So I'm assuming metal's the cause of it to tighten. So I'm going to touch it with my hand.
It goes slack.
Yeah, cool.
So
So
flesh
touching
can get through.
flesh. Well, yeah. So touching it with metal obviously reset whatever Yogaron did.
What if you're wearing metal?
Don't touch them with the metal. I'm going to. Oh, so sorry. Garrett and Athalan push their way through.
Alright. You find yourself in the room I described.
As does Duristan.
As does Lucky Jim and Fosco.
Yep. Followed by Genevieve.
Kain follows quickly behind. A little bit scared of ghost fish.
So at least they're only ghost fish.
If there's ghost fish, maybe there's ghost sharks.
That's what I was worried about.
Well, there's a chest and a chair
Yes.
and a candle.
And a table, I think, or a footstool or
You
something.
think we should light the candle?
I think we should break down
Genevieve's carrying
chair and
I'd
light
be
it on
happy to
fire.
Take the candle.
That doesn't sound like a crazy idea.
Breaking the table, the chair, and the.
Yeah, perhaps we should.
What's this chair look like? Is it the
Yogaron's sitting on it.
It's made of black wood with white upholstery.
Is it,
And it's got a gold gorilla on it.
Both, all of it looks flammable.
Not strictly decorative Goldrilla, but
Okay, well, Lucky Jim's going to have a look at the chest.
all right. It doesn't appear to be locked. It's just like a
Can I
like
tell
a,
if it's
storage chest, not like a treasure chest.
Oh, open it up.
When you open it up, it's there are several black bound books.
Oh, they're burned too.
Burn the knowledge.
I might persuade you not to burn the books.
I believe I can read. I have language common. Does that mean I can speak it?
Before you touch them, may I have a look at them with
Go right ahead.
my arcane senses,
Very
and
well.
I'll cast detect magic. Natural 20.
Okay. And what's the result?
The cleric can determine exactly which objects or creatures are magically enchanted within range. In addition, the spell reveals creatures of non-mortal origin, e.g. extraplanar creatures, demons, devils, celestials, undead, etc. The cleric can distinguish between magical creatures and non-mortal creatures. He can tell if different weapons or items of equipment on a creature are enchanted, and whether a creature that registers as magical overall does so because of its cloak, for example, or because of something inherent in its blood.
Okay.
Also
And what's the range?
30 feet or more.
So 30 feet.
Away from, in every direction.
Yeah. So the emerald eyes.
I might follow that up with a detect evil.
Okay.
If that's alright.
Yeah.
Yogaron just grabs one of these books and starts flipping through it.
Oh god.
Can Yogaron read?
Hell no.
Okay. So it doesn't make none of the words make any sense, but there are pictures.
Cool.
So I mean that's good, I guess. So as you flip through, you see pictures.
Is it a flip book?
It's not,
Pop up.
unfortunately. You see a woman, a dark-skinned woman on these pictures, and she is flensing flesh from living women and flensing it off into big vats in some of the pictures. There's another section that seems to show someone bathing in human milk and blood. And also illustrations of a horse-headed demon with stag horns. And pictures of cruel-looking bee-like creatures.
Yogaron tries to commit this to memory, will probably fail. But it's because he's a prophet, so he's
Yes.
planning on he's aspirational to be a cult leader.
Yep.
He thinks that some of these might come in handy.
Sure.
If he can remember them, he probably won't remember them.
They can only try.
Within a radius
Showing
of
this to it.
60 feet, I can detect anything that's evil, including objects inherently dangerous in nature.
These books are evil.
Oh.
Yeah, they're definitely evil. Not like in a actively
They're
going to
they're
do
not gonna
evil
eat.
magic way or whatever, but like
Not very nice.
the contents of them is very clear.
In mine camp.
Yeah, okay. I don't detect anything else though, like no
Nothing else.
glowing ghost sharks and...
No, so the way I'm treating that, I think, unless it says differently, you've got to be able to see the thing to detect
Yes.
it. So nothing else in this room is coming up as evil.
Okay.
So Yogaron's going to grab one of these books.
Yeah,
I think
Just say one book,
sure.
one black book.
What is in these books, Yogaron?
Oh, there's all kinds of look.
There's,
cool bee people.
There are 6 books in there.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I mean,
They all look, if you flip through each of them, they're all sort of similar kind of things.
they have
Yeah, they're all-
stag.
Yogaron's like they're all the same.
Horns.
Can I
So
read
there's
any
enough
of
for
them?
all of each of
Just
them.
to what have stag horns.
There's a demon, did you
There's a
say?
demon, there's a horse-like demon,
And those naked
horse-headed.
folk also had stag.
They
horns,
did,
so
yes.
One would extrapolate from that they are perhaps disciples of this particular god.
Horse-headed god? Demon thing?
You'd think then that they'd be willing to
Stag-headed one.
come up to this temple.
Did you say stag?
I believe I said stag.
Because those tribesmen, they had stag helmets.
Yeah.
Good idea. I think you're onto something.
Yogaron's just walking around the room showing everyone the bee people. It's like, look how cool this is. This is cool.
Well, I think we should burn them.
Yep.
That might be worth something.
Burn.
Two. Cultist?
To Yogaron?
I'm taking one. I mean, you can burn the other 5.
Well, I think we need to raise our body temperatures because it's quite cold.
Books don't burn very well unless you rip them all out.
No, we can rip them
That's
out.
fine.
I'm going to take a book.
And it's just books.
Genevieve would like to take the candle.
Sure.
Oh my god.
Is it like?
I'll
Are
take
you,
the chair.
are you going to take the candle holder as well, or just the candle?
Yeah, sure.
Is it?
Right, it looks like when she picks it up, looks like it's made of silver.
Cool.
Lucky Jim takes to the chair with a club.
All right, just gonna smash it up.
Smash it up, yes.
There's
Takes a bit of work, but smash it up.
Is there a footstool and a table?
There is a footstool, and yes, and a small table.
Just make a whole pile of these things and just light them on fire.
Make some kindling.
No, you should stop. Perhaps the owner will come back and see us destroying their property.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Do I have any urging to go anywhere else while I'm here?
Not in particular.
So I'm here. I'm fine.
This is where you think you should be. Yeah.
Do any of these books mention the guy? The thing in my
name.
The name from the voice I heard.
When you look at them, you can't work that out because they appear to have been written in some kind of cipher. So it would take some time. But the woman pictured in the pictures,
It's wearing a
cleansing
name
people,
tag saying, "Hello, my name is."
looks like the woman on those silver coins that you found, who you'll remember also looks a bit like Athalan.
God damn it! Yep, I remember that adventure hook.
She has your
Looks like me.
family resemblance. It's uncanny.
Did
Is there anything in my family history that I suddenly remember?
Nope.
is there something you're not telling us?
Not that I know.
Flensing and bathing in blood and milk of humans is in your past.
I got no idea.
Genevieve. Sorry.
All I know is, we found these in an old house.
What type of cleric are you again?
A witness of Cthulhu?
Are you sure?
Yeah! These are nothing related to Cthulhu.
Well, I'm going to set fire to this chair.
As you're about to set fire to the chair, Genevieve turns to Lucky Jim and says, "Look, I know this is a little bit awkward, but as a licensed plumber, I've got to. There's not great ventilation in here, no chimney."
You're not a licensed chimney.
Chimney.
I mean, water flow, airflow. I'm extrapolating.
One goes down and one goes up. And
That's understandable, but I'm freezing to
I'm
death.
freezing too. I'm just
How about
pointing
we
it out.
take it out into the hallway and do it there? Where,
Okay. I'm good with that.
Yeah?
Does the chair go through the wire doorway?
You can carry it through. As long as you're sort of holding it open, that's fine.
Okay.
It's not merely the touch of your arm.
So we're going to take it out to the hall and set fire to it.
We warm up.
Sure. Let's do that.
We try and get warm.
Okay, so how long do you want to spend?
Till
the stuff's burnt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Alright.
the stuff is burnt and hopefully I'm feeling a little bit better.
I really don't think we should burn it. It's like your relatives.
Does anyone
Well, it's
have
destroyed now.
any marshmallows?
I've got an empty flask for some reason.
A bag of dirt.
You might want to empty the dirt out.
It would be useful if it gets away on us.
It's fine dirt.
True. Yeah, you can put out the fire with it.
Kind of dirt you don't see when you dig in graves.
So this stuff will burn for about an hour or so. So you guys, anyone who's lost stamina can recover a point of stamina.
Just one?
Just one. After you've been sitting around for about 20 minutes or so, you see another one of those schools of fish come out through the wall and disappear out the other side. But it's then followed.
Here we go.
A single larger
Ghost shark.
fish, which is basically chasing them.
Told ya!
Yogaron tries to jump on the
Ghost sharks!
The fish actually comes and tries to bite Yogaron.
Okay.
Is it?
While he's jumping on it,
Yeah,
Do we have to roll initiative to see who does which?
sure.
How big is this fish?
He rolled an 18.
It's probably about 2-3 feet long, and it's got big, like, it's actually got weird, like, teeth. What's the colour of that?
Like a barracuda.
Barracuda.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
Cool. Yogaron got an 18.
This thing got a 19.
Okay. He gets bitten. Or attempted to be bitten.
Yeah, it does. It tries to. What's your AC?
10.
That is a 20.
Yeah.
Legs knocked out from beneath the character, knocking you prone. So you won't be able to jump now, so that'll fail, and it will deal it deals 2 points of cold damage.
That's cool.
And then it, having bitten you, tries to like swim back away through the wall.
Okay, it's, like,
Unless-
it's not holding on to me.
No,
it's
no. So
flat
it bites and then
yeah.
tries to go. So anyone else can try and
Yeah.
do something in between, but
Mighty missile.
if you like,
It's going to be like everything I cast because it's my only offensive spell.
you'll fail a roll one of these days.
I know.
It could be a while.
18 plus 2, 20. So that's going to be a lot of damage again.
Yeah, that'll be plenty. Don't need to roll. You hit it with your bolts of force, and it dissipates. All right. So eventually the fire starts to burn down. What do you want to do?
Do we want to go down the non-wire mesh net door and check in there? What did that lead to again?
Yeah.
I don't know, that just carries
The
on.
one on the left.
Yeah, we went to the one on the right. What was on the one on the left, Dave?
It's already open.
Yeah, it was
There's no
open.
door, so it's
There's
just like electrical corridor. You haven't gone in there before.
Okay.
There was
So-
another doorway, out from the room. we were
Yeah,
just
I
in.
know,
That's
but
2, yeah.
those have the
Wires on.
wires, which can be, it might
Scary.
be dangerous. So deal with non-dangerous corridor. I mean, it could be trapped for all we know.
Yeah. And the corridor continues on apart from those two ones coming up, is that correct?
Yes, it keeps going curving down in that arc. So you don't know, there might be other exits once you go down, but you're not sure.
On for checking the other corridor.
So are we going through the room with the chairs or are we going down
No.
the corridor?
Down the corridor.
Going north from that hallway. Assuming that the hallway I talked about runs east-west,
That's the best way to look at it.
Yep.
then you'd be going north.
Yeah, sure. Okay, let's do that then.
All right, so there's a sort of about a 15-foot corridor that then opens up into a room. It's a large chamber, barrel vaulted to a height of 15 feet. This adventurer is really obsessed with how vaulted the ceilings are. To the far west of the room is a great seat of black stone, and seated upon it is a translucent figure of an achingly beautiful woman with silver white skin and hair as black as ink.
That looks like me.
Yes, you recognise her features from the silver coin you found.
All right.
Her face is smiling and she says, "I am Ivrian of Dalcia and I bid you welcome."